fantastic. What are you talking
Well, I've had a lot of work done. Anyway, if I have one more facelift, it'll be cesarean.
Well, I'll tell you. That's a lot of work.
Yes,
But you started at age 37,
37,
right?
that's true.
And you were a housewife. You had how many kids?
5.
5 kids.
Yes.
And here's the most amazing thing about Phyllis that no one has any perception of. She was the first female stand-up comedian. Is that the term did not exist? The term did not exist. How did you?
There were funny women, of course.
Of course, there were funny women. I'm talking about stand-up comedians.
That's right. It's very different. Being stand-up is very different.
Yeah. And was it hard to be the only female?
No, it helped.
Because you were the only female.
That was one reason.
Right.
Yes, because they thought, oh, what is that? Get a stick.
And you were just like funny at home. You were.
Darling, I was funny everywhere. It started out as a defense at puberty, when I realized I was never going to look like Jean Harlow.
Yeah.
Try Eleanor Roosevelt.
No.
Abe Pagoda.
No. So out of
Big Bird.
Big Bird. But you had a husband, you had 5 children, and you had a family. But obviously, was it your husband that
Oh boy, he just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. I had to become you got to become a comic. You got to do. Well, number one, I was so funny.
Yeah. Now you were. Tell the story about you sneaking into the Friars Club. There was a time when Friars Club, of course, was only
men only.
Men. It's a famous fraternity for
or showbiz people.
The show business people. And in fact, there was a time the big roasts. Even the waiters had to leave the room.
They locked the doors. Yeah. Not even male waiters could stay.
Right, but
it was that filthy.
Yeah, it was very filthy, and no women were allowed in. But tell the story about you.
Well, I had a beau at that time who thought it would be just a great, wonderful joke for me to dress as a man and be at one of the luncheons. Mm-hmm. So he bought a table for 10, because anyone sitting next to me or at the same table would have realized eventually that I was female. Mm-hmm. But it took about 6 months to get this all together. It involved a wig, a man's wig, false eyebrows, a mustache, and all that. And
any padding?
No.
No, I mean in the shoulder. I mean, were you?
Oh.